Hi friends, welcome to our channel. Today we will see why the data center testing are so stringent and what are the different level of testing in data centers. There are basically L0 to L6 seven layer of testing is happening in data centers. Why it is so important and why it is so stringent? Because data center is developed for around 15 to 20 years and the data center should not be shut down or interrupt in between their operation because there are IT servers are there and power to the IT server should not be interrupted in between. So comprehensive approach to testing, verification and documentation with each levels serving a specific purpose. Like you can see L0, L1, L2, L3, L4, L5 and L6. Different companies are using different levels and different nomenclature, but basic purpose of the testing is same. So some companies are saying 5 level L1 to L5, some companies are saying L0 to L6. L0 is nothing but design and planning. Whatever the equipment they are planned, they are designing and their planning is done in L1. Whereas L2, L3, L4 and L5 has different procedures that will go into the detail in the different stages. By following this testing, data centers levels and commissioning managers, owner and facility engineers can ensure that all systems are thoroughly tested, meet their requirement. Because this testing are important so that in the operation of data center, it should not be shut down. So what is L1 and what is their tags? Some companies are following their tags. So in L1, the equipments are placed with some tag. This color is basically used as a red tags. So what is L1? In L1, the factory tested of equipment is checking thoroughly. Although the testing is not done physically, but the whatever equipment which is tested in factory, their document at the site level is getting checked and it is meeting the requirement of design or not, that is checking. The documentation checking is called as L1 testing. This indicates that equipment meets the required standards and has approved for installation. Then we'll go to, as the L1 of any equipment is getting passed, testing of L2 is going to be start. And the tag color which are placing for L2 is yellow tag. At level L2, the yellow tag is used, and in this testing generally installation verification test is happening and pre-startup activities like what is the equipment layout in the floor, how the equipments are placed, and what is the gap to be maintained between the equipment, what are the different connectivity to the equipment is to be checked with respect to the drawings approved by design team. Once all L2 works are completed with the tag in place, level 3 work can be commenced. So in L3 level, we are doing the site verification test. Here we are placing the green tag. Data center enter the pre-commissioning and pre-functional energizing and system startup phases at this stage. Before this stage, all the equipment with connected with the all the like electrical system, if you see, all the panels are connected with the cables and termination of the cables is completed in all respects. All the cable tray is completed, all the control cable also completed. Whereas in mechanical system, all the piping are connected with the chillers, AHUs and all the different equipments. So physical work of any equipment which we are going to for L3 has to be completed before L3, and the other test, pre-commissioning and pre-functional energization, the system startup at this stage is happening. The green tag signifies that all the component and system are successfully checked, energized and startup, ready for functional testing and validation at level 4. In this test, we are doing the pre-test of equipment. Then we are going to L4 test. In L4 test, we are providing the blue tag. These are depending upon the companies also. Some are using different colors of tag also, but generally it is using blue tag. And in this test, all the equipments are tested with the full load test and other test. Like if the capacity of any equipment is 100 kilowatt, the 100 kilowatt load is connected to the equipment and full load test is happening. During this phase, various system and equipment are subjected to rigorous testing scenario to assess their performance, functionality and compatibility within the data center environment before the L4 test commences. So the final level of test is L5, which is provided with the white tag. After completing the integrated system test, a white tag will be installed on the equipment. This is the final function test stage, integrating all system as one before moving to the handover stage of the process. So what is happening in this? Although the L4 is completed and their full load test is completed, but when we are running whole system in together, this is called integrated system test. All the chillers are running in the full capacity, all the loads are provided in the data hall. Like if the IT racks are not placed in the data hall, we will provide some load bank in the data hall. By that means we are generating the heat which is actually generated by the racks in the data hall. So this load generated by the load bank is cooled by the AHU and chilled water system, and by running this, all the electrical system is present. And if any fail-safe scenario is happening, like when the electricity board power goes, what is the second source of power? If that is also goes, what is the third source of power, depending upon the tier requirement of the data center. So this power coming up from primary source to secondary source to third source, what is the time defined in the design, what are the sequence of operation to be maintained, all the things has to be tested in the integrated system test. And what is the L6? So if the equipment is tested with L5, there is no tag required in L6 work and equipment is removed from all the tags. So these are the different level of testing, L1 to L5. So these are the some templates of tags. It can be modified as per our requirement. So generally the information which is provided in the tags are appropriate color, different levels like red in L1, yellow in L2, like this, and level number L1, L2, L3, then equipment ID, project name, project number, date when this equipment is a tested pass. So these are the information is provided. So generally in any data center interview, people are asking what are the different level of testing to be provided and what are the documentation to be provided. This kind of things are asking. So before going to any interview, I recommended please go through with this testing. If any detail is required, please comment on this post. I will definitely revert you with the answers. Thank you. If you like the video, please like and share with your friends and family. I will make another content for you. Thank you.